Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone watching, and especially good evening to Sabine Balve. Welcome to our episode number 9 of our weekly series, What's Your Spark? Today with Sabine Balve from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Welcome, Sabine.
Welcome, Regina. Finally, we are online.
Yes, finally. We're always online talking, but now also on LinkedIn. That's great. And I love that you're in a good mood, just like me.
So, all right. Good morning to Miami, no? You have a wonderful morning.
Yes, I'm here right now. I'm based in New York City, but I'm here right now. Always traveling. So exactly. The series is for anyone.
Normally, good morning to New York, which was also my city where I lived in the past, you know?
That's right. I know you've traveled
we have here 40
a lot.
degrees, so therefore I'm sweating a little bit, you know.
That's fine. Yeah.
In the afternoon is a little bit much. All for the AC is on, but
yeah. I know. I used to live in Madrid, so we had a 48, but it was dry. Yeah. So but let's get started. So again, welcome everybody. This series is for anyone who appreciates being inspired by other women who are contributing their insights, their creativity, their wisdom and stories, because we know that fresh inspiration supports the creation of new possibilities for ourselves. So through these interviews, my hope is that through these interviews with women around the world, we can grow from and with each other and really be inspired to fully live our own spark, which then leads to more passionate, purpose-driven, and impactful lives. All of us have this special spark inside of us, and we're meant to sparkle it out to the world, shine with our brilliance, whether we're entrepreneurs, employees, or whatnot. And today, I have the pleasure to introduce you to Sabine Balve, a woman who has made a difference for their lives and in the lives of so many. Sabine is the founder and president of World Leaders Forum Dubai and of Global Tolerance Faces. And she's going to tell us more about that in just a minute. Also, check out her LinkedIn profile after our show. It is Madame Sabine Balve. And Madame, she sure is. Sabine, are you ready to sparkle and share some inspiration with our audience?
I'm seriously sparkling by myself now, as you see.
yes, I see. Yeah. So what's your spark? Yeah.
Oh, my spark. See, when you have invited me the last week and you asked me to speak at your, not show, but on LinkedIn Live, I was asking you, what is actually a spark? And you will not believe it. Maybe because it's a second language, you know. I Googled it and I found out it's a kind of passion, a passion which was driving yourself and the place how you can make an impact in the world. And I had seriously to think about it.
Although I know it. Go ahead.
It was really not so easy to answer spontaneously because maybe because I have too many sparks, yeah.
Right.
So, but I have one of my slogans is do what you love, and I do what I love, and I love what I do. So I think this is one of the first things, which is a life motto of mine. And I believe truly that if you do what you are passionate about and what you really want to do, this is much better than to do something which you don't like, you know. So if you do something which is boring and it's not inspiring you yourself, then you will not succeed with this topic, you know. So very important is that you do what you love. And that you
I absolutely agree.
What I have to say.
Yeah, right. Yes, no, I totally agree. And, because oftentimes we work, but we might have a job that we don't love and we get paid, but where does that lead us in our lives? At the end of the life, of our lives, what are we going to tell ourselves? That's really the important part, right? Did we make an impact? Was it a fulfilling life? Was it satisfying? Did we do what we came here to do? Because I think that's what it's all about, right? And that's usually
Exactly.
aligned with what we love to do, with our passion.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yes. I love it. Love it.
My pillow where I sleep on.
That's a great pillow to sleep on. It goes right into your subconscious mind, right? While you sleep and into your dreams. Awesome.
Yeah, so
Love it.
no, I have a lot of different passions, and of course this was always different depending on the period of my life. In the childhood it was different than when I grew up, and this is also according to what you have experienced or what was coming across in your life and what you wanted to follow up as your goals. And the goals were actually changing in my life, so the goals which I had as a child was different than the goal of a young lady, or later of a matured lady, or getting married and getting a mother, and also getting a businesswoman. And later on, so many other things came across in life, which was creating up and downs, in your life, and which was also a crossroad to rethink maybe new goals in your life. So the second topic which I want to emphasize is whatever you do in your life, not everything meant to be forever. And to give up something and to stop something and to stop at a crossroad and to rethink your goals new, and also to get a new direction also afterwards. This is for many people very scary. Also for me, so it's not only just for other people. If you're at this crossroad and something was happening to your life, means something big was happening to your life, such as the death of your husband, or you had a sickness, or you lost your job, or you changed the country, or your family, something happened to them, and then you need also to take these challenges as a possibility to improve your life for the future. And what I have learned in this period of time, about the ups, we don't need to talk. Let's talk about the downs.
Yeah, the opportunity in them, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. About the ups, we are all happy, and there's nothing to advise and to recommend. It's more about the downs. The downs, when the challenges are coming and crossing our life, then these are the moments where you have to rethink, and you have to also to stop and to breathe in and to breathe out, and to reflect what was happening right now, and what is the next step in your life, or what should be now changed, or what does it mean what was happening to me. And I have learned by getting older that everything has a reason. Everything what happens to you has a reason, and often you understand the reason later on.
Yeah,
Maybe
it happens for
weeks,
you.
months, or even years later, that you say, oh wow, this was the reason why this was happening at that time, and why I had to reflect something, and why I had to change something.
Right.
And one of the biggest advices which I can give, and which I give often to my followers, is actually take these challenges as an opportunity to make your life better.
Exactly, because life doesn't happen to us, but for us. I'd like to add, we say this, it happened to us, but it's really happening for us. So what's the opportunity in this, whatever it is, challenge, crisis, whatever it is, right? And then really take it as a lesson, and also look back to learn, and not look back in regret, which keeps us stuck and actually slows us down. Right. Yes. So, yes, thank you for sharing that. I always like to say every single chapter in my life so far has been building up to my current purpose. So, yes, goals change, visions change. We do need a vision as our GPS So it sets, our destination, so we actually know where we are going to, what we are moving toward. But along the way, there might be a better destination that's coming up. So then we change our GPS accordingly. We adapt it, right? We adjust it. And that's how we do it. So thank you. Yes. So share a little bit more about how you are making an impact right now through your spark. What does that exactly look like?
Let's speak first about the topic which you wanted to have as a second question. You said, what
how
was
did you get
creating
Yes.
this impact, or what was changing the ways how you are thinking, living, or whatever,
Right.
Maybe I start in my childhood. In my childhood,
Sure.
I was actually a bookworm. And I love to read, and I was born in Germany on the border of France and Germany in Saarbrücken, Saarland. And we spent actually every weekend in the nature on the border to France. And this was a time while we were there outside in the nature the whole weekend with other children also, and our parents, of course, I had always some books with me. And I was reading up to one book a day at that time, and which was going easily, a couple of hours and it was gone,
Yeah. I know these books, these children's books. We were maybe slower readers, but they also had bigger fonts. I know. I did the same.
Yes, it was amazing because we to the weekend place where we had my family had. I had always a bag with me, and I had at least 6 books inside, which I took from the library, from the municipality library, because it was so much which I consumed. I would have otherwise a full bookshelf, from the bottom to the floor at 100 meters and longer, because every day this was my consumption, which I had to have for my brain. And what I was doing at this time, it was not only that I was reading child books. I went immediately, I think it was 10 years or 10 years. I started to read the biographies of people, and about history, about Nefertiti and all these people, which were famous in the past. And I was sinking into their stories. And these stories were so attractive because it was so out of everything which we were doing, every weekend on the weekend treatment place. France, Germany. It was also a kind of boring place, boring because it was the nature, which was beautiful and nice and connected me also with the nature. But in the same time, there was lots of free space in the brain to think or to sink into these stories, And as a child, I was dreaming, actually, I want to see the world. So, and I want to travel the world. And I want to visit all these places which I have read at that time about Nefertiti and Tutankhamun and Mongolai and whatsoever,
Yeah, we have that in common, traveling the world. I was looking at an old globe as a child, or an atlas, as we called it, those map books. And I don't even know what that's called in English either. But anyway, so I share that with you. We have that in common, but go on, please.
Yes. So this was actually the books was opening, or with books I explored the world. And but I gave me the promise, and my goal was already there. My wish were there, my dream were there. I want to see the whole world, and I want to visit all these places, and I want to experience this by seeing it, by being being there, and experiencing it, and so on. So, and actually, one of the people which I loved very much at that time was Nelson Mandela, and also Mother Teresa.
Yeah, I'm split on her because I know too much now.
Yes, I know.
But at the time, it was different. Okay, go ahead.
At that time, I was admiring.
Yeah,
I
still admire Nelson Mandela.
I agree, absolutely. Yeah. But at the time, remember that this is many years ago, when I was small.
Yeah.
This was another time. And at that time, this was my heroes, And so then actually this was one of the things. And then later on, with 19 years, I became suddenly extremely sick. And I finished up in the hospital for 4 months. And actually, there was one weekend. The hospital was saying to me, maybe you don't survive this weekend. And this was the last weekend after 4 months. And it was a horrible time because I got 4 times antibiotic infusions. And all my things which I had went up into the bed. And it was said, this might be the last days of your life. And this was a decision. And then I took a decision because I said after 4 months being in the hospital and being actually becoming worse, with all these infusions of antibiotics. A friend of my future husband came to the hospital and he said, actually, you don't eat well, Sabine, here in the hospital, because at that time it was like this, you got actually overcooked food in the hospitals.
Oh my God, I can tell you, I was at the hospital in a similar situation 2 years ago in New York City, and it was the worst food I've ever had. So yeah, it was not only at that time, it was totally oversugared, it was the worst thing I've ever eaten. I was at the hospital in Brazil before and was 1,000 times better, 1,000 times. Yeah. But anyway, go on. I had to drop this here because they're not always, it's not always healthy what the health system gives you.
Definitely. But at that time, maybe it was okay if I agree. In Germany, it's a little bit better right now, but at that time it was horrible, horrible. And I had lost at least 20 kgs in these 4 months. And my lung was flat, and my stomach and intestine were through these 4 antibiotic infusions each 6-7 days. It was completely dead. And I was not more able to digest the food proper and so on. And I was very seriously close on the verge to die, because there was nothing more to do, And, the what's the name? The amounts of the infections check went always more up because I was actually immune against this antibiotic. And then, as I said, my future husband and also his best friend, the best friend was from Luxembourg, and he had actually, he was an educator for healthy food. They came to the hospital to visit me. And I said to him, listen, I have asked the doctors, what's happening. And they have said to me, if this is not going the next weekend down, then there is a possibility. Oh, where are you?
I'm here.
So it's suddenly your picture disappeared.
Okay, we need to wrap up shortly, but yes. So
this was actually a moment when I went out and we went to the Lake of Garda, and I got fresh and natural food, which was causing that I became healthy again. It was
that's awesome.
1 week time. Yeah.
This
is
great.
a lesson. It's a lesson to me, which I keep up to today with me, that I'm a strong believer in healthy food, in sun, fresh air, and sport, and fresh food, and natural food, bio-organic, and not with all these fertilizers, etc. So this is one of my other sparks and passions.
That's great. Yes, but tell us a little bit. So through the work you do and you list here on LinkedIn, just quickly, because we're getting very close to the 20 minutes, but tell us quickly, how in a couple of sentences, how do you make an impact through that spark?
Okay, this was now not on one spark. This was only just 2 things out of my life. One was about traveling, and the other things was about food. In 2010, I started with digital media, and I had the luck that I met one of the engineers of Google engineers who were creating the traffic engines for Yahoo and Google. And 2010 was also the time, it was 2008, 2009, 2010, in this period of time when we had the property crisis worldwide. Not worldwide, but in the Middle East and in America and in Europe also. And he was teaching me about digital media. And this was for me a chance also to learn about digital media and about the internet as such. And everything which I did in my past. The past was that I traveled the world with books. Later on, I traveled the world by real travels of millions of kilometers as a young lady. But in 2010, my approach changed. I'm not traveling the world anymore with books or with real travels. Now I'm traveling the world through the internet, and I'm connected with more than 200,000 people, and many of them are exchanging with me, like you too. And one of the things which I did right now recently, especially since we are in this last crisis, the Corona crisis, and since 2020, I give back to the community worldwide, and especially to women and to startups or to people who struggle right now in this period of time, to help them to become a member of the internet society on community, and to utilize their knowledge and their services and products, and to be known, etc. And to promote themselves, to get a digital identity,
Right.
So, and this is what I'm doing right now, as based on the experience which I had through my campaign, the World Leaders Forum Dubai, which was seen in 2012 till 2014 approximately 100 million times in 119 countries through my campaign. It was 10 million views from 119 countries per month. And this knowledge, how to communicate with the people worldwide, and also to cross border, and not to see their religion or not to judge them because of other religions or ethnic backgrounds or other skin color, etc. The topic diversity is of course a big one. I was merging them to one family, to one human family. So
okay, that's fantastic, Sabine. So thank you so much for sharing your spark with us today here. And people, you go to her LinkedIn profile and check out the rest. We always only do like 20 minutes or so here on LinkedIn, and of course there's so much more to share about all of my guests and what they do, because they're all amazing. And before we close, here's quickly my spark. As a multicultural transformational leadership coach, I help mid-tier employees help achieve their next career goal so they can fulfill their potential and increase their income, influence, and impact. And my work, I have a new project which I'm going to disclose soon. I'm going to focus much more on energy as part of my work as well. It's, of course, already an important part of this work, of my powerful leadership transformation coaching framework, but it's going to have an even stronger role because hardly anybody talks about it, and it is so critical. Also, every Thursday morning, I'm sharing a free resource here on LinkedIn. Check it out, or usually around 11:30 a.m. Eastern. You can grab it and for free. It's for free. And again, thank you so much, Sabine. Thanks to all the beautiful people watching. We trust this show inspired you to really dig deep with your own spark and fulfill your potential in this way. And please remember to hit the like button, share your comments, share your questions. If you're inspired, also share this show either here on LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel, where I'll post it shortly as well. See you next Tuesday when it's Christine Mushibu's turn. Christine is located in Lusaka, Zambia. See you then. And you all make it a beautiful day. See you soon, Sabine.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. No?
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye. No?
Thanks.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.